for Booksplosion, the sun is also a star live show. I'm Christine.
I'm Jesse.
And I'm Kat.
And we're Booksplosion. This month, our book of the month was sponsored by Random House. Thank you, Random House. We're so lucky to get The Sun is Also a Star as our book of the month. It was amazing. It was a contemporary. So,
when was the last time we read a contemporary?
It's been a while, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like finding Audrey. That was like 10 years ago. That's not the last one. What was our last one?
I can't. Did we read one this year?
Yeah.
What we saw? Was it What We Saw? Was that the last one?
What We Saw. Yeah, it was probably the last one.
Probably. I can't remember. We need like a list.
Or Second Chance Summer, maybe. I don't know. It's been a while.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
what did we read more recently? I don't know the months anymore.
Oh my god, we should really make a list because at the end we're gonna be like, this is our rate them all.
This is our last show too. We do
crap.
need to
All my books.
Okay, I'm gonna be semi-making a list while you guys are speaking. Okay, so for everyone who has not been to a live show before, we're gonna be taking questions from you guys on Twitter using the hashtag Sunsplosion, which I forgot to put in the description. My bad. It's on Twitter though. But we'll be taking questions from you guys, and it's going to be SMF, so tweet them out now. We're going to go through our initial thoughts, and this is going to be spoilery, so if you
want to get a spoiler-free breakdown?
I don't think we should give any breakdown. I feel like it's the type of book that doesn't need a breakdown.
Yeah, like it's a contemporary,
Yeah.
and you hear the reviews of what people say about it. Like,
It's amazing, so.
you can judge if it's for you. Like, would you guys recommend this book?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, same. This was a fantastic contemporary, highly recommended. Okay, let's get to spoilers.
Okay, Jesse, kick us off with your initial thoughts about the book.
Okay, here come my initial thoughts. First off, I just have to say that I love this cover. It is beautiful, stunning, wonderful. One of my favorite covers of the year.
Same.
Anyways, I really enjoyed this contemporary. I think my favorite part of it was just the writing. Like, you could just tell that she put so much work into the writing. It was so beautifully executed. I love the dynamic between the two main characters. They were like so different, but they worked so well together. And it was just really great. I really enjoyed it. I think like the one thing that like I'm just not a huge fan of, which I'm still kind of having like mixed feelings about, is like there is insta-love in this book, but like there were times when it like didn't bother me, but then there were times when I was like, you guys just met this morning and you're all gushy mushy, so like chill.
I think the whole point of the book though is that that happens.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. It's like about fate and all this stuff and whatnot, but I don't know. Like,
It wasn't like
I
that.
said, there was times when I couldn't even like I didn't even care. I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. Like it feels like they met like 10 years ago. But then there were times where I was like, y'all just met this morning. You need to chill. So I don't know. Those are just my thoughts though.
Yeah, I mean, this book takes place over 24 hours, and, you know, they are saying, like, I love you by the end of it. Like, it does move fast, but I like that. It didn't feel like, oh, it was just a fast romance. Like, this is a story about their romance and, like, fate and, like, are they soulmates and, like, they're supposed to be together but not at that time, but that was still, like, an important moment for them. The ending is what just got me so hard. Like, I started crying.
Same.
The last page.
Yeah.
I was, like, overwhelmed with tears. It wasn't like I was so sad or so happy. It was just, like, so much feeling.
I completely agree. I feel like it was really kind of like refreshingly happy message that came with the book, because there's so much cynicism about love, and like it takes this long to fall in love, and like like it's not real, like it fades away. And all that
It
stuff.
had that realistic edge because they didn't get their happily ever after when they were 17.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Natasha got deported. She had to go back to Jamaica and live there for a decade. And they happened to meet on the plane again. Like, I
Fate.
love themes of fate and
I
like,
love it. Yeah.
soulmates and destiny and stuff like that. So, like, when it's done in a cheesy insta-love way, I don't like it. But even though this was a fast romance, like, I loved it. I loved the fate.
Yeah, and I feel like it really worked because she was so against it. Like,
Yeah.
like, I like actively trying to prove it wrong the entire book, but she can't deny like there is this like weird magical connection happening, and I don't know why it's happening. Like,
Yeah, that also really helped, like, drawing attention to it. Like,
yeah,
this is ridiculous. We can't be in love. We just met. But we're totally in love. Like, that's ridiculous.
Exactly.
Do
Okay.
we have the questions?
Yeah, I was just, I'm like making our list of.
How's the list coming
I'm
along?
up to March. I'm like, what was April? Second chance summer? No, right?
Get that list in our docs.
Oh yeah, I have a doc list. Well, I can't. Okay, you guys look at the questions.
Okay, let me see here. We have some questions and they're loading. Who did you relate to the most, Natasha or Daniel?
Ooh.
I think for me, definitely Daniel, because
Yeah.
like he's like a dreamer and like I'm the same way. Like I don't know, definitely related to him more.
Daniel too.
Yeah,
Kat, what about you?
Daniel and his attitude, but I think Natasha more with like the family dynamics and, you know, sort of, she has that sense of being practical. Like she does kind of end up believing in the fate thing by the end of it, but she still is like, has that practical sense. So I don't know, I related to both of them in different ways.
Yes. How did you guys feel about Charlie?
Wait. Oh, I thought you were gonna hate it. I related really hard.
I hated him really too, but I just wanted to like hear your thoughts about him.
Yeah, I feel like I related really hard to their relationship. I feel like that's happened with a lot of siblings. But there's just this point where all of a sudden you like don't get along like you used to, and it's the worst. And like trying to get that back is so hard. But you want to believe that that person's in there, and I feel like he does want to believe that like Charlie will get better and get past that, but like he doesn't. And it's so sad to like see that jump into the future, because then she does say like Charlie was an ass and he grew up to be an ass. What about you guys?
You pretty much said it all, but I feel like that kind of leads nicely to the narration style, and we had all these little jumps and like all these other little perspectives like streamed throughout the book. How did you guys feel about those?
At first I was like confused, but then like, you know, the more that you read and you like realize that they come back into play, it was just really cool. Like a really unique way of like telling the story, like seeing all these different perspectives, and I don't know, it was unique.
Yeah, I felt like it was like really essential to really getting the whole theme of this book, like how everyone affects each other and how every interaction is important in a way, one way or another. It has an effect on you. Yeah, it really added a lot to the scope of the book and just made it seem bigger. Like it was more than just the story of these two people. Like there's also the story of you know, the woman who's like working the security in the beginning and is the reason Tasha's late, and who's the one on the plane at the very end. And the lawyer and his assistant, and like him hooking up with his assistant on the lunch break was the reason Natasha got deported.
It was so annoying.
I know, and like in a way, you think to yourself like, well, if Daniel was in a situation like this, he only had that one day or whatever, he felt like he was gonna die, he would probably choose love too. So it's just like the circle of life there, and it sucks and it's terrible. A really interesting mirror, because this like 24-hour period is also a really intense one for the lawyer and his assistant. Yeah. Like it's like the most defining 24 hours of their relationship as well. Like they're having their own fate, destiny, rom-com storyline happening here. Yeah, and you know, it also like just shows how much everything's connected, because that guy that almost hit her is the guy, I'm assuming, that hit him. Ooh, you know? I thought about that connection. Like at first I thought they were the same guy, but then I was like, no, they're different guys. But that crash was involved. Because he was drunk driving. Yeah. And he missed hitting Natasha and hit someone else. Yeah. A few blocks later. Because she was in that vicinity too. Right? Yeah. She was headed that way. It was just sad. And that guy was like an insurance broker. It was just like so interesting to hear their different points of views snipped in on all those places.
If you could add a question to the love quiz, what would it be?
Ooh, I loved that love quiz. Like that was so much fun. I'm so glad they had that.
I love it that like at the end you have to like stare into each other's eyes for 4 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, and it's like it's such an interesting experiment, because like they like you do just the way she described it at the end, it was just like it was so real. Like she's like, after the first minute though, we kind of like got used to it.
Yeah, I feel like Kat, you were saying that you've seen this before.
Yeah, like I feel like I've seen like a sitcom or something before.
I saw like a video on YouTube, like a BuzzFeed style video. It wasn't done by BuzzFeed, but they definitely did like something.
Oh, I think it's the type of thing they would do.
I think something like this was done on The Big Bang Theory. Or a sitcom along those lines. No, it was The Big Bang Theory because there's like 2 different couples and they decided that one person from each couple would do the love test because they didn't believe in it. They're like, oh no, science, that love test won't work. So they're like, okay, then one person from each couple will do it and see what happens.
I don't know what I would add to it though, because like I feel like you have to have the questions laid out before you, and then like
you don't even get all of them. Like Daniel chooses a selection to present.
Yeah,
it's true.
Yeah, it's science. Like.
I mean, would we add like, what is your favorite book? Was that even on the list? I can't remember. I would add that.
Favorite book. I heard that a good question to ask to like give people like to kind of like look at your own perspective of yourself is how would your friends describe you?
But like, don't you need your friends to describe you to know how the friends really describe you?
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, but just you can think about it and you can think about how they might describe you.
Or you could just text them and ask them. Next question. Do you listen to any of the songs in the book?
Nirvana, a little.
Nirvana. I've actually never listened to Nirvana. I mean, I'm sure I've heard them play. Like, yeah, but I've never like.
You definitely heard some of their songs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure I've heard some of their songs, but I can't like sit here and like name one of their songs.
I could only like name one. That one with the one.
Don't hate us. I know that there's some intense Nirvana fans out there.
I mean, like, there's a.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of intense Nirvana fans watching.
There's intense fans of everything, and like you can't know everything, but I know like their hits and stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have our list, so I'm gonna try to open these questions up.
I mean, I listen to a lot of K-pop, so that kind of counts for the noraebang.
I actually thought of that when I was reading that part. I was like, is it all K-pop there, or do they have songs that like are just mainstream? Like,
I mean, in the Koreatown in like New York or LA or something, they would have mainstream, but
I'll just ask a question because I don't see what right now. What was your favorite moment in the book? I liked the karaoke scene the most, personally.
I like that scene too.
I like that scene.
And I like the scene on the roof at the end, and I like the last scene on the plane.
Yeah, that scene on the plane has got to be mine because it's the one that gets me.
Yeah, I wasn't I was reading. I told this story in my book talk. I hate when I had all my book talk up by this point. Anyway, I was in the shower reading that last few pages, and I was just like hysterically like since this is the shower, it was just like so weird. Oh god.
Did you read this whole book or did you audiobook it at all?
I read the whole thing. Yeah. It was one of the books that I would want to audiobook. Oh. There's an echo happening.
Jesse.
Is it me?
Is it Jesse?
Oh, I don't hear the echo, so I guess it's me. I'll be right back.
Okay. What were we just talking about?
I don't remember.
Wait, I remember. It was something about the end, the last scene. Jesse, what were we talking about?
Your favorite moment in the book?
Oh, but but there was a certain point.
Yeah, we were on something specific and we forgot it.
You were crying in the shower?
It was past that.
There's an echo.
Before that.
Oh.
Rooftop.
Okay, well, anyway.
Scene. I don't know. Also, there's a question here. What are your thoughts on Natasha's dad?
I feel like he's a very real character.
Yeah, I mean, all the characters were really real. Like, even back to Charlie, who was kind of a dick, like, he still felt authentic. He was making real choices. And, like, the dad, like, I felt for him. Like, he was a talented actor, and he gave up everything, and then, like, he wasn't trying as hard, and his story was really compelling. Like, this book wasn't his story, but that was definitely one of the more interesting, like, subplots. Figuring out, like, what happened there and just, like, who he was as a person. He was one of the most well-developed characters aside from our two mains.
Yeah, definitely. We got a really good feel for him as a person. And, like, yeah, you feel bad for him because he came here with this big dream and he is talented and he can't get work, and it's frustrating. It's just like, I just saw La La Land last night, which was great. But, like, it's just like actresses, so many of them face a similar struggle. Like, even if you are really talented, it's so hard to get someone to notice you and put you in something. And it's like this endless struggle of, like, whether it's worth it to feel the pain of, like, rejection over and over again, and you start to doubt yourself. And it's just, it was so nice to hear when he did get the part and Natasha went to the play, and it was just like, it was nice to hear that she really was compelled by his performance. And I think that kind of made her less mad in a way, you know, at him for dragging him through all of this, because, like, he is really talented and he does have a gift, but she's still obviously, like, upset about it.
Yeah. But, like, he didn't even get to enjoy it. Like, he had to go screw it all up, like, that night.
Yeah.
And even, I mean, obviously there's still a lot more to the relationship that we don't know between her parents, the dad and the mom, but, like, the mom wasn't, I mean, at this point, like, she probably was at the beginning, but she wasn't very supportive of his dream anymore. And, like, you know, still cared about him and, you know, like, wanted success for him. But, you know, she finds out he has the show, and her first, like, thought is, like, how much are you getting paid?
Yeah.
Because she's, like, working full-time, busting her ass so he can go to auditions. Like, it was so understandable and compelling, but at the same time, like, so sad for her.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking that, like, he does finally get what he's been working for, but you can't appreciate it because it's kind of,
but
yeah, it's kind of past the point where she wanted him to do it. So now it's like this struggle between, like, go do something sensible instead of trying to follow your dream, which is another theme in the book. Like, how long will you try to do that, and how much is it worth it, and all that stuff. Yeah.
I mean, it's funny because, like you said, there is this whole theme of, like, what did you just say?
About dreaming and how far it's worth it.
And, like, we have Natasha, who is very practical and logical, but, like, her main goal through this book is a dream. It's like this small little last chance hope that she gets to the country.
True.
Yeah, and I was like, I was rooting for her so hard. I thought she was gonna fix it by the end. It was so upsetting when she flew away.
I wonder if she, like, put it off till the last moment because it was, like, a dream, a hope, and then she's like, okay, I have to do the practical thing.
And, like, you know what, now when people say something is, like, so great, I usually expect the end to be, like, annoyingly realistic, where it, like, is upsetting. And it's annoying. Like, it's annoying that something can't be considered great if it does end, like, in a dream, because it's nice to read those things, because you don't get that in life much. Like, it's very rare. But I like that we came back around and, like, it didn't end like that, you know?
If we hadn't come back around, I would not be happy.
Yeah. It would have changed my, like, view of the book.
Like, but it is, like, that's the thing. It's like, we appreciate this for its realness. You know, like, she had to go back to Jamaica. They tried to keep in touch at first. But they lost touch over the years, and, like, they have their lives.
Sad.
Yeah. But it's realistic. It's realistic, and then we have that, like, dream at the end. Like, the ending was the perfect mix of the reality and the dream.
Yeah, it was great. Like, Irene was great. I was, like, just so happy for Irene to get that moment to tell her that she changed her life. She saved her life.
That was another moment that just like added to like the overwhelming emotions.
Oh god, it was like what made it for me. I started crying when it was just Irene, like, and she sees Natasha, and then like Daniel's right there, and it's just like, oh my god.
Like, okay, first of all, she's in like they're in like 8A and 7C or something.
Yeah, he's like right behind the row.
Like one's on the aisle, one's on the window, in back-to-back rows. Like,
well, sometimes you just get in the plane and sit down and like look away and sleep. You know?
Yeah.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't interact with the humans.
like miss each other getting on, but getting off the plane when you're like sitting there and like everyone's just sitting there waiting.
But you could miss them. Like, it's like
You
so
could totally
easy
miss
to.
them, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I almost missed Reagan going onto the stupid plane. We were the same plane to Charlotte. Because you're not expecting to see people, so you're not looking.
Yeah.
You're just, like, kind of an autopilot. Like, I have to get on a plane, and it sucks.
Yeah, also, like, why would they be expecting to see each other after this
Yeah.
years?
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
it was
they
so
don't
nice.
know each other anymore.
But the beauty of it is that they do.
Yeah.
They do. Yeah. That's really great.
Do we want to sort the characters into Hogwarts houses?
Okay. Well, I would say Ravenclaw.
For Natasha?
You know, hold on.
Oh, she's definitely a Ravenclaw.
What?
She's definitely a Ravenclaw.
Daniel?
No, Natasha is.
Natasha. Natasha feels like a Ravenclaw, but I feel like she also has Gryffindor traits because it's also like very like brave to go out and try to do this shit for your family in this last minute situation. Because when you think about Daniel, like he kind of has Ravenclaw traits too.
I feel like he's a Hufflepuff.
But he's so like
because he's very loyal to his family.
He's very loyal. Yeah, he does have Hufflepuff traits.
Him and his brother is. Like,
but he's also like weird, and that's definitely like a Ravenclaw pull. But maybe, I don't know. He's like he could.
I think
they're just such complex characters.
I know he's a complex one.
Ravenclaw, but they both do have some Gryffindor qualities for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Jesse, what do you think? Did you Ravenclaw Hufflepuff? Jesse?
Yeah, I think Natasha is probably a Ravenclaw, but I think Daniel's a Hufflepuff.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I agree.
Okay.
I feel like I need to just hang out with them for a little bit and just like see in person.
Speaking of that, somebody asked if you were given the chance to hang out with one of these people in real life, which one would you want to hang out with?
Daniel.
Oh my God, Daniel. We would go to the Glory Bong and have an amazing time.
Yeah.
All the K-pop songs. That would be so much fun. He seems like he's super fun at karaoke.
He seems like a super fun person. And Natasha's kind of like so skeptical, it's hard to be fun.
Well, she also just says things that kind of like go over my head, so I just be like,
She does, and she also says like something like, I feel like she would blatantly be like, I don't have time for this. And I wouldn't have like the courage to be like, well, we have to hang out anyway. Like,
yeah.
I would just be like, oh no, okay.
I feel like Natasha would be an intense friend.
Yeah. She's kind of like a, not this intense, but she's kind of like a Paris from the Gilmore Girls. like she just spurts off information and she's so confident about it and everything. And that's very like Paris trait. But Paris is like abrasive, but like she's just that like type of like really intelligent, confident, and like will say what they're thinking personality.
Yeah, like I feel like I would, if I knew her in person, like I would really admire her, but I'd also at the same time be really intimidated by her.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, she's
so intimidated by her.
And she's an intimidated, like super intelligent person. Let's see. Did you? Oh, okay. I loved how the chapters were short. Someone just. Oh, I just lost it. But someone asked it. Did you like how the chapters were short?
Mm-hmm. That's how everything was too. Her first.
Right,
book.
you just read that, Jesse. Which one?
I want to read that now.
Which one do I like better?
Yeah.
That's such a hard question. I feel like I liked everything better. I know.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
But I think that's kind of an unpopular opinion.
I don't know. See, it's really close for me. Like, when I first finished this book, I thought to myself, like, I still liked everything better. Except, like, there's, like, Christine, how this book has, like, little, like, chapters in between. Everything has, like, pictures and art and, like, snippets and, like, cool things like that. Like, it's another, like, interesting storytelling and, like, same great language. Yeah, Christine, definitely read everything.
Yeah, I gotta read everything now. I gotta get it. I don't have it.
But this one, like, it gave me more feels. I had stronger feelings about this book.
I like them both for different reasons.
Yeah,
so they're very different stories too, like completely different.
Yeah, but like same, like general, you know, young adult but beautiful writing and like great characters, great romance relationship, like family issues, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like, Nicola Yoon is probably one of my favorite contemporary authors now. Like,
one of my favorites too. So good.
I've loved both of her books, so like I feel like I have to start including her in that.
What was I gonna say? Someone said, Proud Bookland said, would you have wanted to know more about Peter? Like, we got to know Charlie. And Peter was, like, interestingly left out of most of the conversation. Like, they didn't even talk about how, like, her parents got pregnant when they were in America and stuff. They just, like, kind of slipped in, like, he's a citizen, but he's too little. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, how old was he?
Yeah, I got the impression that he was close to her age.
Yeah, like, at one point I got the impression that he was, like, under 10, and then the other point I got the impression he was like 15.
Yeah, like he was intelligent enough to know that when their mom was upset, he wanted to, like, you know, distract her.
So, like, left out of it, like, it made him feel younger, like he wasn't included in.
Yeah, it was weird.
Out of age group or something.
Yeah, it was like she felt so separate.
We got to know Natasha's dad a lot and see a little bit of the conflict between her parents, but we didn't really get to know her family or friends or anything at all. Like, she does have, like, one friend that she's, like, kind of
talking about,
texting to, kind of, but it's, like, very distanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we get to know, like, I have an idea about who her mom is and her dad, though, not just her dad, her mom.
Yeah, I definitely have a good, like, dynamic of her parents. But
yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, the same one with Daniel's family. I feel like I know Charlie the best, but we do get an idea of his mom and dad too. So.
Yeah.
Like with Daniel's family, like, we know about his parents and, like, the pressures he's facing, and he's going to go to college and become a doctor because that's what they expect of him. And then we also have this conflict with his brother, and with Natasha, we have, you know, her conflict with her parents, but there's nothing happening with her brother.
Yeah, it was weird that
he's like strangely excited for Jamaica, even though he could be allowed to stay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. And with Daniel's dad, I thought it was so sad when he said that, like, he probably wouldn't come to our wedding, you know?
Yeah.
It was so sad, and we heard about someone the waitress.
Yeah.
Who was talking about her son, and he married someone who wasn't Korean, and she doesn't even know her grandchild, which is so sad.
Somebody said it was said sometime during the book that Peter was born 9 months after they moved to America.
Okay, so he is older.
Yeah.
They've been, well, is he, how long have they been there? 10 years?
Somebody said Peter is 11, I believe.
Okay.
That's a little younger than I imagined.
A little younger, but not young enough to be young.
Yeah, like, yeah, that makes sense, because, like, 11 is still an age where you're, like, you don't have, like, roots down as much. Like,
I mean, I would hate to move at 11. I didn't want to.
I mean, I guess it depends on
the person.
All the factors, you know?
Yeah. Because at 11, you are at the point where you've gone to, like, elementary school with all your people for, like, 5 years.
Yeah, I moved around and went to, like, 4 different schools over the course of 4 years. So, like, moving to a new school at 11, I'm like, yeah, that's fine, I did that.
What years was that?
Oh, it was, like, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade.
Oh my God.
like literally like
That's so hard. I remember like I only moved once, but it was so hard because I'm not like I can't make friends fast because I'm so quiet in school. And it was just like the worst feeling when you like don't know anybody. I can't imagine doing that over and over again. But people get like good at it. Like
yeah.
Like real who is it? Eric Odom, the guy who played like Peter in the Twilight Hills. He was talking about how he like moved every year and he's just like really good at making friends everywhere he goes. And you could tell by his personality because it's just like instantly like, oh, this like charming guy who talks to everyone and like it's an art. It's an art to be good at it.
I wish I could do that.
I wish I had that ability.
All right.
Do we have any more? I mean, like, I feel like
I'm excited for the movies.
Excited for the movies. Yeah, I'm really excited for the movies.
Yeah, because everything is for sure happening, and then the sun is also
filming everything.
Which is good for the sun is also a star.
Yeah. Super excited.
Everything that means should be maybe out at the end of next year.
I think she said October 2017.
Wow.
I feel like she tweeted a date recently. Correct me if I'm wrong, people on Twitter.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Super excited.
But it's been a really great book of the month. Should we announce next month?
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have this. What?
Have we already announced this?
Yeah,
I think we have, but like let's announce it again because people don't know. We don't have the book yet because it's not out. But it's Wayfarer by Alexandra Bracken!
Wayfarer!
So this book comes out January 3rd. So that's like when our read along will be officially starting for the new year of Booksplosion, which means you guys still have a couple weeks to read Passenger if you haven't already.
Yeah, it's book 2.
Last year, and we have a whole bunch of videos on and a live show on, so you can catch up on all of that. It's book 2 of the duology, so we're like finishing.
Super exciting.
Started.
Yeah, we're gonna get to read a finale again, which is gonna be different from I don't know, the trilogy finale. I feel like it's gonna be more full of story because there's only 2 books. Okay. Shall we go and do the award ceremony for the books of the month of the 2017?
Okay. Christine, you're going to have to go down the list and recap what we've read.
Okay. Now, if everybody out there who's watching wants to submit like little awards to give for like the blank book of the year that we read, just go ahead and tweet that.
Superlatives.
Yeah,
right?
Superlatives. Yeah, there you go. That's the word I'm looking for of the year. So we'll do like our best book of the year. Like, should we do our least favorite or no? Is that too negative?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Because like we didn't read any that we
hated. Yeah.
We didn't like. Like we can do a least favorite.
Yeah. Okay. Best favorite, least favorite, and. We have one? Okay, I'll go through the list here. So in January, we read Passenger. February, we read The Book Thief. March, we read Lady Midnight. April, we read Second Chance Summer. May, we read What We Saw. In June, we just did Hunger Games Appreciation Month, which was like reread the Hunger Games. I don't think this even counts because you can't pick the Hunger Games as your least or best. July, we did And I Darken by Kirsten White. And then August, we did The Cursed Child. That was fun. And then September, we did The Call. Oh, let's do Best Live Show.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. In September, we did The Call. October, we did The Hammer of Thor. November, we did Gemina. And then December was The Sun is Also a Star. And if you guys want to tweet what your favorite book of the year was, tweet us at us so we can see what the consensus is if you've been reading with us all year, and which live show you like the best because you guys are watching it or just like saying what's most fun for us might not be the most fun for you. But that's like a nice little experiment if you could tell us which one was the most fun for you. Jesse, do you want to start us off with your favorite Booksplosion book of the year?
This is
so hard.
oh my gosh, this is hard. Okay, so best book that I think we read this year. This is so hard.
It is really hard. It's hard because, like, do you choose also, like, I don't know.
I'm like factoring so many things in here. I'm like enjoyment, writing,
and I'm like new authors and like, you know, new series.
Oh my gosh. Can somebody else go?
Yeah, do you have yours?
This is hard.
I can do a top 3, but that's the best you're getting.
Okay, do a top 3 for us.
Okay. Top 3 too.
Oh wait, this is still super difficult.
Oh my god.
Okay, I think I have mine now.
Okay.
Thor's The Hammer of Thor, Magnus Chase of the Hammer of Thor, Gemina, and Lady Midnight.
Wow, interesting 3.
Because those are like 3 of my favorite books of the entire year. Like,
Yeah.
throw Asimov on there, and that's my top 4.
Okay. The Book Thief,
Yeah.
Lady Midnight,
Yeah.
and The Hammer of Thor. Yeah, The Hammer of Thor.
Nice. Okay, interesting.
It's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Lady Midnight isn't all of ours, so Lady Midnight I feel like is number 1.
I just felt so proud reading Lady Midnight because I was like, I finally have read all of like Cassandra to this point.
It was like a really big accomplishment.
Accomplishment, but also like it was a fantastic book.
And it was fantastic, but like Jesse had so many to catch up on, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the Immortal Devices this year. I finished the Immortal Instruments series. Shout out to the Academy.
Yeah, Lady Midnight was fantastic, and I was so excited for it. And I got to like interview Cassie like right after I finished the book, so I was like, oh. But so that I think is my top. If I had to pick one, but I think I don't know. I really like The Call, and
Yeah.
so I think that's in my top 3. And I'm torn. Like, I love The Hammer of Thor and Gemina and Passenger, so I'm just gonna pick a top 2. Like, just in general for Booksplosion books, like thinking about like how we like read together and talked about it, I like that one.
Okay.
We
At least
we read so many great books
Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, it was really hard. It was a toughie. What about your favorite live shows? I think mine was The Call. I feel like that was
we had so much fun on that live show.
that was such a good live show.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really good. I mean, that's like the most recent one in memory. Like, I don't remember if we had any at the beginning of the year that we like finished. We were like, oh, that was a really, really good one.
I
Like,
feel like the Hunger
and we were all like, that was a great live show. Like,
Yeah.
a lot of fun talking about that. Like,
Yeah.
it was such a great book to discuss. There were so many like elements and themes, and it was creepy as hell.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to include it in like my favorite books this year, but like I have this like rule when I only like it's only the first book in a series that I don't
Yeah.
like, include
Otherwise
it.
it gets unwieldy, yeah.
But I love that, and our live show was so much fun. I think our Hunger Games live show was fun too. I kind of remember that being really fun. Yeah, because we got like a lot of like weird Hunger Games questions.
Like yeah, it was Hunger Games. Like all the books and all the movies have been out. Like everyone knows everything about this. So
Yeah.
there were
So
like questions to go off of. Yeah.
that was
I
fun.
feel like our Gemini live show was really fun too, though, because we were like really excited about the book, and it was just like fun to talk about.
Yeah, I just feel like our discussion wasn't as interesting because we were just like all like, I love everything.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Also, like Gemina, it's harder to talk about it because it's so much action. So like, unless you're just commenting like, oh, that elevator scene was so cool. Oh yeah, that one scene where she killed the guy, awesome. Like, there's not a lot to like theorize on.
Okay, we've got some other superlatives. Okay. Which book this year did you wish was longer?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Um.
I I'm gonna say I could always have more Lady Midnight.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Really?
That's such a cop-out question. I mean, answer.
Now that I'm like, I feel like the book was the perfect length. Like it was long without.
But the story's not over, so.
Yeah, we're getting more books.
I know, but if we weren't getting more books.
Yeah.
Maybe The Cursed Child? I don't know.
I'm gonna say The Call.
The Call.
Because like we definitely could have gone into more depth on some things there.
I feel like all these books though, none of them felt like they were cut off. Like they all were like a nice length.
Yeah, like there was no book where I was like, oh, I wanted more.
Yeah.
Like that would have made it so much better. Like I was happy with all of these.
Definitely.
I wanted more from The Cursed Child, so.
Yeah, more in length or more in quality though.
Quality.
Okay, let's see. The strangest book this year. I think that goes to The Call for me.
Yeah, The Call.
Yeah, The Call.
Yeah.
Harry Potter and Cursed Child was a little bit different because it was like a script. It was a play. It wasn't like a novel. But it was, The Call.
I'm trying to find one here.
What about our least favorite?
Oh yeah, you skipped that. Let me see.
Cursed Child.
Yeah, Cursed
Really?
Child. Yeah.
It's your least favorite too?
Yeah.
Oh god, it's like in my top
Like
five.
I enjoyed it. I liked
somebody did
Cursed
enjoy
Child. It was super fun and like bizarre and wacky. But like compared to the rest of the books we read, like it's last on my list.
Oh, it's not last on my list.
What's on your
What's your
list?
least favorite?
I mean, I don't want to say Second Chance Summer.
I think you guys didn't really like love What We Saw.
That's what I would say. What we saw, because like
that one was like
That was just like a tough one to discuss.
Yeah,
I remember
it was a good book. It was powerful. It had a really important message. It was a really important book, but it wasn't like fun to read and discuss.
Yeah.
Like it's very.
But it was important for us to discuss.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like, What We Saw is not my least favorite of the year because it was a really interesting read because I don't usually pick up like books that are like more, like upsetting to read like that. But Second Chance Summer, I feel like was so sad.
Yeah.
And also at the same time, I didn't like really love the romance in it. So like, I wasn't as attached to that book as I want it to be.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Like Second Chance Summer, we enjoyed it when we read it and like it hit us right in the feels. Like it made me cry. It's one of the few books to make me cry. But like looking back on it, I don't remember it as like that was one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's nothing compared to like, Since You've Been Gone. Oh god.
I need to read her other book.
Oh
this is a good one. Books you finished the day of the live show.
Oh, let's go down the list.
So many. This happens so often to me.
Well, the first one for me is The Book Thief.
That was one that we all finished like the day of the live show. I feel like the Book Thief discussion was really good though because it was all so fresh and whole.
And then Second Chance Summer for me.
Same. And Lady Midnight.
Lady
Midnight too. Like
I remember I finished it 10 minutes before the live show. Like I was kind of close. I was sweating.
Jesse, you didn't even get to read the epilogue, did you?
I still haven't read it. Like the
short story.
I guess I should say the short story.
Oh my god, you have to read that.
The extra content or whatever. I haven't read that yet.
Read the short story.
Yeah, that's what I need to read. Yeah.
Okay. Then we have.
I finished Second Chance Summer day of, and also What We Saw day of.
I was just gonna say, I think I. Oh my god, the phone keeps ringing. I think I finished What We Saw the day of as well. Oh my God, shut up.
I had read that one prior to the live show, so.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Anti-Darken, I finished really close to the live show, but like I managed to squeeze in a filming before.
I feel like I finished that one ahead of time.
I finished most of these like 1 or 2 days before the live show. Like
I finished the Cursed Child way before.
The only ones I read ahead of time. I read The Sun Is Also a Star. I finished that last week.
Same.
I finished it this morning. Literally read the whole thing.
I finished Cursed Child. Like I started reading it at midnight when it came out, so I was way ahead for that one.
Yeah, that's the most ahead I've ever been, I think.
The Call. Didn't we all finish The Call the day of too?
Yeah, The Call the day of.
Yeah, we did. No, wait, I filmed that morning though, my book talk, so I had already got that in.
And I finished The Call 2 days before the live show, and I was the first one done. And I remember joking about that. I was like, I finally finished the book 2 days before, and you guys are like, we're still reading it.
I remember I had like 3 hours left on my audiobook. And like, let me see. Passenger, I think I finished way before.
Yeah,
yeah, I finished Passenger early.
Yeah.
It was the first book I read this year.
Yeah, me too.
Year.
Me too. It's been a weird year for reading for me here. Let's see.
Lots of reading slumps.
Yeah. And Gemini, I finished that before the live show.
It's
like easier to see which ones we did finish before the live show.
Right. Because you remember distinctly.
It's been a while. Let's see what else we've got here.
Book most likely to change lives.
I feel like The Sun Is Also a Star, if it came at the right time for you, could really be really impactful.
I feel like what we saw is pretty impactful too. I don't know if it's like life-changing. No, I don't think it would like change your life. It's just this like really eye-opening and makes you think about.
Yeah, I think it could be very impactful depending on the situation, but I do think The Sun Is Also a Star, like in general, could change more lives.
Yeah, I think it can just like kind of raise that skepticism off of you a little bit.
Yeah.
Depending on the people. Yeah. All the other ones like just aren't as relatable on a general scale, I feel like, to life situations. But depending on where you are in life, like The Call could like get you into reading and change your life, you know?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like any of these books could be the one that like impact your life the most if they hit you at the right time.
That is the beauty of books. Like any book can change your life.
Yeah.
Favorite cast of characters in a book this year from our list.
Let me look. Oh, Lady Midnight.
Oh yeah, Lady Midnight.
No contest.
Or the Hammer of Thor. I love that cast of characters.
Yeah, I like that cast too.
Like that Lady. Well, I don't know.
Lady Midnight though.
I'm with you guys. Like Lady Midnight, Hammer of Thor. Like they're both so good.
Lady Midnight's on such a separate level.
Yeah, that's why it's not fair. We only had 2 books with our Hammer of Thor characters. They were brand new when we met them in book 1.
Emma and Julian are brand new characters.
Yeah, but we have so much history with them. Like we saw them, 6 years ago, however long it is in the timeline. Like we've seen more of their life. We've seen a larger personal arc. We're
more attached to that world. We've been in love with it.
Cass, freaking Lady Midnight winning all the awards.
Cassandra Clare's amazing.
What's the book that's the perfect Christmas gift?
Ooh, The Sun Is Also a Star is a good like overall for any human.
Yeah.
I feel like Passenger would be good too because then you could read Passenger and join us for January. Wayfarer.
Definitely, definitely. I don't think it reaches as broad of an audience as The Sun Is Also a Star, but it is very good. Yes. Obviously.
Yeah, if you want a fantasy Passenger, if you want a contemporary, The Sun Is Also a Star.
Yeah.
Favorite ship of the year?
Ooh.
Favorite ship?
Favorite ship.
Besides anybody in Lady Midnight.
I was just thinking of Lady Midnight one.
I like saw your face. I'm like, stop.
But Emma and Julian are meant to be together.
You know that they are the ship.
They're not my favorite ship, though. I wouldn't have picked them.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have picked them.
I am shipping, let's see, Christina and Mark more than them.
Okay. More than Emma and Julian.
Yeah, because Emma and Julian's just not my favorite character.
I love Julian.
Like,
He's got some issues he needs to work out, but
he does have some stuff. Like,
That's why I like him. He's interesting.
yeah, well, I like other people who are interesting, like Will, but like he's interesting in like a way that I'm like, I'm not sure about you.
See, Mark's interesting in a I'm not sure about.
I think Mark's interesting.
I'm not sure about him.
In like a way where I'm not sure about him, but I'm like, I think though I like him. I also.
Otherwise, Daniel and Natasha.
Well, obviously Daniel and Natasha, but like they're an obvious ship. I ship Anti Darkin, that girl with that guy.
Lotta with
Yeah.
what's his name?
What is his name?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know really.
It's like Tuasha. Damn it.
Yeah, that's it.
No, I remember I had trouble pronouncing it.
Mehmed.
What was the
Mehmed.
Oh.
Mehmed.
And her brother is Radu.
Radu. I love Radu.
Radu. Little baby Radu. Which book was the hardest to get through?
Ooh.
For me, it was Anti Darkin. That took me forever to get through. I'm pretty sure that book like put me in a reading slump. Even though I really liked it, I was like, I don't know.
For me, it was What We Saw. Again, great book, important book, but like, I wasn't having fun reading it. I wasn't like, oh, this is so enjoyable. I was like, okay, gotta get through more of this.
For me, it was like either The Book Thief or Second Chance.
No.
Book Thief was hard for me to get through.
So long. Yeah.
It's heavy, long. Yeah.
It's long and sad.
Yeah.
And
True.
yeah, did you guys? We all watched the movie now, right? Or no?
I haven't yet.
Oh, okay.
I haven't, but I don't know.
I was the only one who had watched the movie when we did the live show.
I remember that. It's all coming back to me.
It's all coming back to me. Let's see. Do we have any more spoilers? We have 7 more minutes. Let's see.
How about which sequel or next book are you most excited for?
The Gemina one. Oh wait, no, Lady Midnight, obviously.
Besides Lady Midnight, it's on another level, like we discussed.
What about the Magnus trilogy finale?
Yeah, that's what I'm most excited for.
But the Gemina trilogy finale.
Okay, we got 2 really exciting trilogy finales happening back to back.
And the passenger finale.
Yeah, well, that one's coming up so soon.
Wayfarer is happening in like 2 weeks, so like.
I feel like it's already here.
Yeah. Like, I don't feel like I have to wait for that one, but all this stuff is coming out next fall. And we have the Anti Darkin sequel, Now I Rise.
Yeah, I want to read that. I hope I get to. Lindsay says that her favorite live show was the Anti Darkin live show. Why can't I remember that? Like, let's see.
No, I can't remember that one either.
She said there's lots of GIFs, so we must have talked about something GIFable. Let's see.
Most unique book, I feel like that to me is Gemina.
Yeah.
But the call.
The Sun is also a star. It's pretty unique.
Oh my gosh! At Hello Witchling said Christine's phone is ringing. It's the call.
The thing is, like,
Good one.
the like formatting of Gemina is very unique, but like just so many factors of the call were so different that we hadn't seen in YA before.
Yeah, it was a very jarring.
Gemina, like, you'll get the tropes, like, you know, the tough blonde girl and like the charming, you know, like kind of shady guy, but like the call has like no stereotypical characters, like it's something else.
I just remembered something from the call live show. Did somebody like accidentally like leave the call live show and we're like, oh, the call?
Yeah, we got disconnected, and you guys. Yeah, the story was that I was summoned by the call.
Yeah, I also call that's a live show that I'll like rewatch. That's a good one. I just had a thing to say, and now I forgot what it was, guys.
Sorry.
Which character? Someone asked, which character would you want to spend New Year's with from any of the books this year?
Ooh, that's a good one.
I would say Jem from Lady Midnight.
Oh, yes.
Cheater.
I wouldn't mind spending New Year's with Daniel.
Daniel is who I was gonna say, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, or even Magnus. I keep forgetting Magnus is a person.
Yeah, I feel like Magnus would just be fun to hang out with on New
Yeah.
Year's. Like, it'd be a party.
Chase or Bane?
Magnus Chase. Well,
Chase.
both. I guess both would be
Well,
really
Bane isn't like really a main character from any of the books we read this year, so you can't.
Yeah, well, neither is Jem.
Jem is a character. He has lines and stuff that he's got.
Magnus?
No, Magnus only opens up a portal and then is like, bye. Doesn't he?
No, he has that whole
Bye,
interaction.
exactly.
He's there with.
Oh,
What?
yeah. Well, I forgot.
It's your favorite book of the year.
I know. I was just remembering the part where I was like really looking forward to seeing their baby, and we literally see him for like half a second in the portal, and that's what I'm thinking of.
Ooh, this is a good one. Like, fave new author to us
Ooh.
from this year.
Let me see. I still want to say Pedro Gillen.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of him.
Nicola,
Yeah.
like, she's not a new author to me. Like, I've obviously heard of her, but like, this is the year that like I've read her books. So
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah,
Be between those two.
Hadar O'Gillen from The Call, because he was like a totally new author. And this is my first Morgan Matson book.
Ah.
I want to read more by her.
They only get better from here.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's why I want to read
Yeah,
more.
we started with like the saddest one, Kat.
I know. I want to read Since You've Been Gone.
Yeah, and okay, well, if you want to go from least best to the best, you should read.
What's the best? I want to read the best next.
Since You've Been Gone is the best.
Here, now read that out. Why are you mad at me about
No,
it?
I was just gonna say maybe you want to read like up like this, so you get to the best last.
No, I just want to read the best. I'm not serious.
I want to get to the best last. What's the
The up like this. For
Yes.
me, it is oh my god, she has a fourth book, right? Why am I not thinking of?
The Unexpected Everything?
Oh, okay. So Maureen says that's not as good as Since You've Been Gone. So that one. So I would be like this, Amy, and you might be okay. This, the one the newest one. What is it called?
Unexpected Everything.
Unexpected Everything. Then the Amy Roger. Then Since You've Been Gone.
Okay.
Yeah. I have to read Unexpected Everything, but I'm going off of what Maureen says, and since everything else she said matched up with mine, I'm like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Oh my god, it's 7:58.
Ooh.
Okay. Do you want to do one more question? One more question?
Favorite plot twist?
Any last thoughts or questions? Get them in right now.
Right now. Yeah, plot twist I think spoils anyone who hasn't read any of the books we've read.
Yeah.
Meh.
We don't even like
Okay.
saying which books have plot twists because
Yeah, I'm against that.
Okay, this is a good one. Which characters from different books would you like to put together under the mistletoe?
Ooh!
Oh, okay. This is a good one to end on.
Yeah.
This is gonna be fun.
Let's
Let's
see.
think about it.
Oh, I have one.
Um,
Okay.
what?
Can I do mine? Okay. So, Peeta Malark
Uh-huh.
and Emma Carstairs. I feel like he's a good replacement Julian. Like he has a lot of the same traits, except he's
They're
nice.
good. Yeah, they're good replacements for their others. They're
Yeah.
oh, okay. I can see that.
is a good question, but now I'm having a hard time answering it.
Okay, let me see. Okay, I have another one. Ron and Samaraya from Thor, Hair of Thor.
Ron?
I can see that.
Okay, okay, Christine, if you're going to pull Ron out of Cursed Child, then he has to be that age Ron. And you can't ship him with Samira because that's weird.
Fine. Cedric Diggory and
Oh my God, I quit. I'm out.
Delete your account.
Your account. Okay.
Yeah, I can't think of any weird couples right now.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait. Lada and Ron.
I'm down with that.
That is so funny.
That's such a weird pairing.
I want to put Lada with like Daniel from.
Daniel cannot handle Lada.
No,
He would. He might cheer her up. Like if anyone can break down Lada, it's Daniel.
I don't know. I don't want to put that on Daniel.
Nope.
Lada is mean sometimes.
No, but she's also very protective.
Yeah, of her people she already knows. Stick her with a random Daniel.
Okay.
Do they have to be from separate books? Can Daniel and Natasha kiss under the mistletoe?
No, that's such a cop-out. Crisscross a book.
Okay, Daniel.
I crisscrossed a book and you didn't like my crisscrossing.
Daniel and the girl from Gemini. I can't remember her name.
Oh, Hannah.
Hannah.
Wow.
That'd be a good pair, right? That'd be a good pair.
Daniel, yeah, I think they'd work.
Yeah,
He's pretty similar to the guy in Gemini, I feel like.
Well, no, I think the guy in Gemini's more of a, had that like bad boy charm more going.
But he's also like really nice.
Yeah, no, I know he is.
Yeah.
But he has the bad boy charm.
also, like Hannah's also artistic. Like she has her journal and stuff, and he has his little notebook of poems.
Ooh.
I like that one. I like it.
Yeah, I think they'd get along.
Okay, I think that's it.
We could do one more. Favorite book cover. We didn't do that.
Ooh, favorite book cover of these ones.
Let's do like top three.
Top two. Pick
Top
two.
two. Okay, two.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
This one.
Lady Midnight.
I'm gonna say Gemini, but for like the whole cover, like including no dust jacket, like it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I think it's Passenger, and the sun is also a star.
Yeah,
Wow.
Passenger is a good one.
Oh wait, no wait, not Passenger. Just kidding. And I Darken, and the sun is also a star.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a good one.
wow.
Because I like And I Darken. I like that cover a lot.
Mine is Lady Midnight. And
Who's surprised? No one. No one.
and maybe I think the sun is also a star. It's really close to sun and it's also a star in Gemini.
Yeah.
But I think I like the sun is also a star. Like if I saw it on a shelf, I'd be like, oh my god, what's that? Wait, what did you say, Jesse?
I said you're biased.
I'm not though. I like the Lady Midnight cover.
It is a pretty cover. It's my favorite out of like all of the like covers. So.
Yeah, it's a good cover.
It is a good
It still
cover.
feels like your go-to answer.
Oh, Proud Book Lion said she's watched 11 of the 12 live shows live. Thanks for making the year.
Dedication, though. Thank you so much.
much.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you for joining us for our book of the month. They're like our favorite thing to do every month.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us at the live shows. Like it's so fun to interact with you guys live, and you don't get that all the time. Like there's like always like just 100 to 200 people here, so it's really nice to see. It's
so much fun to discuss the books with like a live audience.
Yeah.
Like, you're right there, tweeting us questions, interacting with us. When we can't remember a name, you'll tweet us the name.
Or the ages.
It's wonderful. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope you guys continue to join us in the new year, because this is like one of the best parts of booktubing is like having you guys to talk to every month on the live shows. And so, like we said, Wayfarer is our January book of the month. Should we announce our February book of the month?
I think let's wait a minute for that one.
Okay. I feel like
a minute though. We'll announce it like
in
early.
January.
Yeah.
Because like we need to give some time, I think. But we're planned out for like the first 3 months, so we'll let you know that as soon.
We'll let you know those very, very soon.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. Thank you guys so much for joining us on our 2nd year of Booksplosion.
Yes. Oh my God.
We've been doing this for so much longer.
Well, it's been 2 full years. We're about to go into our 3rd full year.
Well, we started in February. So like this was our 23rd Booksplosion live show read along.
Jeez.
Crazy.
Yeah, we started in February of 2014. Oh wait, 2015? 2014. No, it's 2014.
No, all of 2015, all of 2016. It was 2015.
We were planning end of 2014.
No, we moved when I was turning 24. It was 2014.
Wait. We've been doing this for 3 years.
Oh my God.
No, wait.
Oh my God.
I was like, we were already doing Booksplosion when I moved to California.
2013.
Yeah, wait.
We started in February of 2014 with Control.
Yeah, 2014, but it'll be 3 years in February.
Okay.
So we did most of 2014, all of 2015, all of 2016.
So
Yeah.
that's 35 live shows.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
Oh my God. I can't believe you guys just deleted a year and didn't realize it, and I almost didn't realize it either.
You kind of. You're like, oh yeah, it's been 2 years.
What happened? Like, what happened to 2015? I don't remember it.
That was the year we were living together.
What did we read during that year?
Maybe you guys played that Monopoly game and it went wrong.
We read this. It was last year. we read Illuminae.
Yeah, no, you're right. I don't know how we deleted a year. That was weird. Anyways, thank you for joining us for 3 years of Booksplosion.
Shit, we're going into our 4th year of Booksplosion starting in February.
Insane.
That's amazing.
So excited for next year too.
Next month is the last book for a 3-year streak.
Yeah. What?
Oh,
God, we're like not as old as the Oprah Book Club, but we're a pretty old book club, and it's awesome.
We're getting there.
Classic.
As far as like BookTube goes, we're going steady.
Mm-hmm. Thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate it so much. If you haven't told us what your favorite book of the year and your favorite live show of the year is, please leave it in the comments so we can look at that and reflect. It's been wonderful, and we'll see you in the new year, 2017.